Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a bit more Tales of Phantasia. And last time where we left off is just around here, where we saved the Tree of Mana here. Well, at least for now, 100 years in the past. And now it is about time that we move on to what is called the Abyss of Thor. However, quickly before that, I've prepared some notes because I did look up as to what I may or may not have missed, and there is 2 or 3 things that I would like to go over real quick. So yeah, first of all, there's actually something I had no idea even existed in this. So, in Belladon Village here, there's this weapon shop. Do you see anything special or weird about this weapon shop? You can talk to this guy. He says welcome and sells you some weapons. Remember, Belladon is the first village you get to once you arrive or get sent back to the past. So, anything else you may see? Well, I certainly did not know about this one. You can just straight up walk through here. And what happens then is when you talk to this little one, my father and grandfather have gone mining for some ore, so I've got to help Mom run the store. You're a swordsman, right? I can give you this technique book. And Cress learned Mecha Blade. It's kind of fancy that there's just this random thing. I have no idea how you're even supposed to figure that out. Aside from maybe just seeing that there's a room up there in the top right. And why would there be a room when you can never reach it? Normally it's just only the shop, I don't know. There might be a hint in the room, I guess. Either way, we learned Mecha Blade. And Mecha Blade is a combination of Sign Bolt and Tiger Teeth. This is actually quite an interesting one. And might be more useful if only I could use it in close combat, but well, I can't. Oh, that's one ability that was... I think you could have gotten it later too, if you really wanted to. But then there are some more, and we are going to head over to Moria, and we actually are going to go briefly back into Dal's castle as well. I'm going to be using probably just the speedrun route in order to not get into too many random encounters to speed up the process a little bit. But there are more things that are missable. Nothing too terribly exciting or impressive, but just something that otherwise I would not have access to anymore. And Thorgrim, thank you for 2 rounds in a row. Welcome back. Well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much, Thorgrim. So the first thing we will want to go for is just south of the mines of Moria. By the way, I was not crazy that a lot of places describe the mines of Moria as Moria with an L. So there is that somewhere, and it might just be that it was corrected in this version of the fan translation. Either way. Or it might be in the PlayStation version, I'm not sure. Either way, it's not particularly far away from the mines of Moria, and we should be able to get to that rather quickly. The one in Dal's castle probably takes a little bit longer, and it's, ironically enough, in one of the rooms that I said they don't contain anything interesting, which was true for the speedrun, but not necessarily quite as accurate for a casual playthrough, since maybe you want to just see what certain things do and what you can find. New emote, indeed. It's a seasonal emote that basically replaces the cozy one for now. Well, it is the cozy one. Hey Robley, welcome to you as well. So here we have some random guy. Hi.
Go away, I'm trying to meditate.
And when you talk to him again,
I'll teach you for the low price of 12,000 gold.
pay the price? Sure. Crest learned Lion Lunge. Lion Lunge is a combination of... He does not like us. Lion Lunge is a combination of Lionheart and Dual Kick. We won't get to see Lionheart for a little while. Actually, it's not too far away. But leveling it up might take a while though if I just try to go for it. Because it's not a particularly fast technique. Either way, we are going back over to Dahl's castle actually. And that will be a bit of a trip. So, in the meantime, to give you a brief update as to why I wasn't streaming or playing stuff yesterday, I needed to catch up on some real life stuff as mentioned before. However, the thing is, you know those times when you kind of know it's not going to take particularly long in terms of time, but it just still takes you quite a long time until you are ready to actually do it. Well, for me that was kind of one of those types of things. It's nothing even particularly special, it's just a little bit of paperwork. And once I finally got started on it, it was finally done. And, well, it's quite a relief that it is finally done, and now I can do other stuff again without having to worry about it, which is nice. Greetings to you, Atheist, how are you doing? So, in a speedrun, what you do is you go in here briefly and then back outside. And that resets the step counter for the holy bottle, which means I get another 255 steps without getting to an encounter. Even though the ore of the holy bottle still wears off, the step counter still counts for the same number. It does not change because it wears off. And it can go all the way into the Valhalla Plains, and then we move on a bit further, just over to Dahl's castle. Oops. I may have gone the wrong way. It will eventually arrive anyways, but wrong way equals to I lose a few seconds compared to taking the right way. No, actually that was the correct way, never mind. That was the correct way indeed. Backtracking back here could take a while if you don't know where to go. Also, this first area here does not actually contain any enemies. Fun fact. So, we are briefly going to backtrack back through... Oops. Rip holy bottle. Backtrack through these areas here. So, I might as well demonstrate what you're supposed to do here rather than what I did last time where I skipped this thing. You're supposed to go back through here and then do this. That's the entire spook. You don't even save much time, just kind of skipping this. So those mirrors here, they don't let you through because, well, they don't contain enemies. Also, I have no idea how far I can walk. Okay, we need Clarf to use Maxwell here. I have no idea how far I can walk until I arrive or get to encounters. I usually do this entire thing running, but I do want to get at least some more encounters, I guess. Getting a few levels, unlocking new techniques so we can use the combo techniques. Maxwell really does not do a whole lot. There we go, finally. Alright, let's actually use our new special Mecha Blade. Which is, by the way, just more or less two Tiger Blades chained together. And then a little side wave added at the end. It's actually quite good, honestly. Like, in terms of speed, that thing is really nice overall. The downside of it is, unfortunately, that, well, that a lot of enemies are just straight up immune against Psy Wave or Cyan Wave, whatever you want to call it. Also, by the way, those druids, if they attack physically, they are super scary. Thank you, man. Those druids are probably the scariest if they just attack physically and just keep going. Holy cow, stop it. Oh boy. If only they knew how strong they were physically and how much more damage they would do, they would never cast any spells anymore. Oh, it's already open? I don't have to do it again? Interesting. This was the... Alrighty. So here's one thing. So something I had no idea about. Those two statues, there were 3 chests behind those statues, so I thought that was all. But throw the switch. Yes. Throw the switch. Yes. And boom. We found another mental ring. So mental rings are not that exciting overall, but it's worth noting. I had no idea this even existed. Not even counting bosses. Yes, I do agree. So, and then the other one here. I never actually went into this mirror here. At least not in the playthrough. And for the speedrun, it's not really all that interesting, realistically. But the thing is, casually speaking, you may want to go into this mirror here anyways. But I don't have a Moonfalux anymore. So this guy should be defeated. By the way, here again, this little lizard, he can hit Archie, but he has to specifically target her in order to be able to even hit her. And you can more or less reasonably easily avoid getting hit by them with Archie in the back there. Well, most of the time. And we just learned this spell. This spell removes damage over time effects in battle, which can be nice. The mirrors are facing each other. The Book of Spells. Archie learned Distortion. So this is a spell I completely forgot even existed. What does Distortion do? Well, let me try to demonstrate it. Also, I do think this is everything that was interesting or relevant in Dahl's Castle, so let's actually go back to Phantasia and head into... the Abyss of Thor that we kind of wanted to go to. Also, backtracking, I have even less of an idea when I need to use holy bottles and when I would not. And good morning to you, Ruff. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Really, really tiny? I mean, we never defined how big things that are going to the food box, did we? Also, welcome to you, Balthazar. I hope you're doing well. Alrighty. So, by the way, little fun fact, if you were to get into an encounter, on the exact time you, let's say, get pushed to the side by one of those mountains, kind of like right here, when I push down, it goes also on to the right. Bonk. Then, you actually can potentially skip encounters. Didn't quite happen this time, but that's okay. Let me try to use Distortion here. And Harpy's gone. It's an instant kill. If it works. I don't remember it being terribly useful. But I would be curious whether there's any bosses that are vulnerable to distortion. Like, I imagine that enemies that are higher level already have a pretty decent chance to resist it. But maybe, just maybe, there's certain bosses that can be instantly killed through this. I don't know. What's the probability? I have actually no clue. I wish I knew more about this spell. There's not really any documentation about it that I know of. It might just be related to Arch's level versus the enemy's level, and then it takes, like, if they are both the same level, it's a 50-50 or something like that, if they are not immune to it. But then again, once again, I have no clue. I don't know. Distortion is like Mystic Quest's exit spell. Yes. I actually don't even know. Do you get experience and money for defeating enemies via distortion? Either way, the reason why we're heading back to Venezia is Clark told us that, well, he knows how to get to the Abyss of Thor, and he kind of has somewhat of an idea that is somewhere northeast of Venezia. So what do? Well, the boat that we took over to Demetel's Island and Undini's Cave now allows us to go to the Abyss of Thor. So let's see how that's actually going to be looking.
Hi. So, what can I do for you? Where are you headed? The Abyss of Thor.
He knows where that is.
The one-way fee is 50 gold per person.
That also 200 gold. Is that acceptable? Sure. Let's go. One way, you say? This looks about right.
Are you sure? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, we'll die from here. Well, it's been my pleasure serving you. I'll call Undine now. Undine. Yep, this is the plan how we get there. Yes, Clark, what can I do for you? Spirit of water, please, take us to the ocean floor. Understood. I'll encase you in a protective air bubble.
What a strange bunch of people. Alright, let's set sail for Venezia.
And this is my favorite place. Just the atmosphere of it. It's fascinating. Wow. We're really at the bottom of the ocean? Look, you can see the entire ocean above us. We'd better not wander off. Somehow the city has been able to endure the incredible pressure. You think there really is a time travel device here? Difficult to say. We'd better have a look around. The bubble is gone, yes. Also, the city of Thor is not underwater. The ocean is above us. We better have a look around. It's rusted shut. But the thing is, obviously, there has been some moisture and water sometime here, otherwise you wouldn't have all those things growing. Like, it doesn't exactly look like those are necessarily water plants. Those are just plants growing all over the city of Thor. And some weird machines, I guess, too. Those are just plants, I guess. So they did use primitive weapons too, but at the same time had rather high-tech apparitions. What is this? This is some kind of card? There's someone's face printed on it. I wonder if the ancient culture played cards. It's probably useless. Let's keep looking around. Take the card with you? Let's take it anyways. Took the card. I remember there being something else somewhere. I don't remember where it was though. Wait a second. Oh, save point. And here's more. Not a whole lot more, but a few things. What is this? There are so many buttons. And tubes. What is this thing's purpose? Try putting that card we found in there. Processing. Security ID confirmed. Access granted. What? Where did that come from? I don't see anyone else around. Well, it took our card. But now we can go in here. What do we have in here? The common room. So... the common room is a bit of a weird one. It's locked. We cannot go back. And there's those weird thingies here. What do those do? Evil Vine. Just one? Just one. Use a flare bottle. Deals decent damage, but it doesn't have all that much health. So, what's the deal with those evil vines? And here we have chests. It's empty. It's empty. It's empty. It's empty. Skeleton key found. So, here's the thing. This is a really weird section of the game. Also, we find 4,400 R. Ouch. Those things are weak to lightning. So that means I would want to hit it from a lightning bolt from far away enough in order to take care of it. And, well, this room is pretty special, let's put it this way. There is, I think, 7 chests. We can count how many there are. But there's a bunch of chests. Oops, I did not manage to get past him. You can just avoid those evil vines running past them. They are not terribly interesting. There is, I think, 7 doors and 7 chests. One of the chests has a skeleton key. It's random which one. And guess what happens with the doors? Let's try the skeleton key. Doesn't seem to work. So there is, I think, 4 doors that work and 4 doors that don't work and 3 doors that do work. Let's try the skeleton key. Doesn't seem to work. And here we have... Ah, it worked. Where you land? You don't know. Oh, hi. Found a book of spells, and Archie learned God Breath. That sounds pretty fancy to me. So, God Breath is a wind elemental spell. Pretty good, actually. Pretty strong overall. It's locked, and of course we have to get the skeleton key again. Oh, you go to the left side there again? Oh well. Walking sprouted potatoes. Yes. That kind of describes those things rather well, to be honest. And welcome to you, Heine Builder. Hope you're doing well. And yes, there is RNG manipulation that you can use in order to avoid this randomness section. There's no RNG manipulation for the PlayStation version, however. RNG manipulation requires me to reset, so let's just try to do it the normal way. I don't actually know whether RNG manipulation is going to do the same or work the same as it does on the Japanese version. So I don't even know whether it would work, but I would try. But if it takes too long, I will just figure out some manipulation. It's empty. It's empty. By the way, even the door that you came in from, like the one far on the right, can be the one that where you want to go. Try the skeleton key. It worked. And we're back here. Not what we're looking for. It's empty. And empty again. And empty again. Single use keys, your favorite. And they just renew, kind of like that, because why not? It worked. We found the same room 3 times. It's a 1 in 3 chance, basically, every single time. 2. Because the doors that don't work are somewhat irrelevant. And here we are, central processing. Alrighty, this is where we want to land in the end. The 3rd door leads back outside, in case you're wondering what that's about. So, nothing terribly exciting. But before we go anywhere, let me set up my party a little bit. Actually, this is fine. Do I have... No, I don't have any other weapons. That's alright. We can make do with this. So, what do we have here? Intruder alert! Intruder alert! We get attacked by machines. So, those things are actually quite strong. Indignation takes actually care of those guys really quickly. Maxwell should take care of the left guy. So Indignation will take care of most of those guys, thankfully, rather quickly. That's 5,000 damage from 1 Indignation, it's really good. Maxwell will most likely take care of this guy on the left. Ooh, not quite. Surprising. Let me actually try to use Distortion on these. Also, I need to use an Apple Gummy here and Cress. Fail. Alright, I don't know whether Distortion can even work on those things. I assume it cannot, but I'm curious anyways. Using some more Maxwell spells here. Distortion does not work. Alrighty, we're just going to run with Indignation. If Distortion works, it's low enough of a chance for me not to necessarily worry about it. I would love to know whether there are some interesting enemies and bosses where Distortion might work on. Blast Raccoon, thank you for the host, I appreciate that. How's the greens to you? I hope you're doing well. Skeleton key. Nice, Komaru. Thank you. So, we should be able to take care of this guy, just using some more Fury Slash. Boom. gained a level, Clark gained a level, and we win. You seem to have left something behind. It's a ring of contract. Found a diamond ring. Huh. Interesting. A ring of contract, you say, that means there's something for Clark. Let's see, diamond ring, what does it do? The summoner wearer is shielded from magic. All types of magic? That sounds pretty crazy to me. Let me give the diamond ring to Clark and the fairy ring over to Archie. And probably the chat boots as a result back over to Mint. We don't actually need to run for now anyways. So, and that's that. I do remember there being a bit more about this town, but before, I would like to point out the aesthetics here. We are somewhere in the middle of a gigantic circle room or something like that, based on the environment. It's kind of fascinating. What is this? It's some strange kind of machine. Main system operational, biome systems diagnostic running. What the heck? What the... Welcome to Central Processing. I am OZ, the mother computer. Select program to run. Time warp or medical treatment. Let's get some medical treatment. We were wounded during that fight. Confirming ID. Systems check. Confirmed. What? All my boo-boos are healed? What an amazing scientists these people must have been. Select program to run. Time warp. We want to get back to Dallas. Confirming ID. Time rift driver operational. Boosting power level. The city's power is not turned on. The city mayor must decide. The mayor is dead. I now appoint you of Mayor of Thor. Please make a decision. I don't follow. We need to repair the city's power system in order to use the time warp. Repower the city? Yes. Attention, people of Thor. Power will now be restored to the main grid. Something's happening. Is this really a good idea? And the continent, or island, whatever this might be, re-emerged from underwater. It looks like it's done. Amazing. The entire city was raised out of the ocean. Indeed. And now that door that was shut, I think is open. I remember there being a thing that you can do, but I didn't remember how exactly. The downside is now that I have done that, I have no idea how to get back outside, because this is going to be random again, isn't it? Also, I can't run, I just realized. Also, welcome back, Blessed Dragoon. We haven't started for too long ago. We basically just arrived in this area after picking up some abilities and skills that we somewhat missed on walking through before. I see, yeah, welcome back. Maybe I should just walk into those things. I didn't actually know that I could just straight up walk past them. I tried to run, but I forgot that I didn't have jet boots. And this room for the 4th time. At least we found the central processing unit before we arrived anywhere else. High distortion. Fail. Alright. The thing about it is indignation would one-shot those thingies. So I can't tell whether the game froze or whether Amarek froze. Alright, looking at Amarek froze. The music continued, so I assumed it was Amarek. But sometimes the game has weird quirks, but this would be the first time that they straight up froze like that. Did I already eat the spam? My mother took it down to the kitchen and she wants to try some stuff with it. So not yet, but soon. Very soon. Skeleton he found. Okay, that didn't work. I should probably just straight up walk into it. Because it's not even a difficult thing to work with. Archie gained a level. Let's try this one here. Ooh, alrighty, we're back outside. Nice. And outside looks a lot more lit up. I wonder whether you can do something new in here now. Probably not. I imagine everything is kind of the same here. Yep, nothing new here. Oh, I cannot go in there. Nope, alrighty. It appears that there's nothing I can do here. I'm mildly surprised. Maybe it's some other similar place I remember. Probably, actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think I have an idea. Alrighty. So, in order to make this easy enough, I did just save after we did that thing. So instead of going through the randomness again, it just reset back to the save point. Alrighty, and we can take a time warp. You know where we time warp to? Well, the only time where we know where Dals is currently at or residing. And for that, I am going to be doing some preparation. So, first of all, we're going to be fighting Dals. I think that much is clear to most people. And I'm going to go ahead and try to fight him straight up, first of all. And if that doesn't work, we are going to use some other tactics. Okay, Blackenix and Persian Boots is good for Cress. He needs to be basically in the front tanking. Mint, I would like for you to equip the Protect Ring, so you survive one physical. Clar should be shielded from magic, Mystical Rune to cast faster, Fairy Ring to cast faster from Archie. And I'm actually going to let them do their own thing. More specifically, we will see Ghost Breath soon sometime, by the way. I'm going to tell Archie to cast Indignation, because we already know Indignation works really well, and Clark's Maxwell is always really strong. So this is kind of the setup that we're going with. I set Crest in the far front. Let's see how this is going to go. Main system operational, biome systems diagnostic running. Welcome to central processing. I am all that. The mother computer. Select program to run. Time warp. Confirming ID. Time rift driver operational. Boosting power level. And here, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to the Abyss of Thor first, you will basically get notified that you don't have enough energy, to my knowledge, and that's why you can't actually go back into, well, the present for Cress and Mint. But also the concern about, well, how are you going to fight Dals without actually being able to use magic? But we have everything done that we could do, so let's go on. Required energy level reached. Please enter time and location destinations. We need to go 100 years in... Oh, we need to go 100 years into the future. May 21st, in front of the sarcophagus in the mausoleum south of Taurus. Confirming ID, security clearance met. Please prepare for time travel. Here we go, everyone. Confirming. Energy release imminent. Wormhole opened. Confirming. Conditions acceptable. Begin transfer. You like the overlay? Nice. It's actually one we've used for Tales of Phantasia for a while. Also, this music is amazing. Temporal transfer in progress. Did I pronounce the Wizard of Oz as Wizard of Oz? No, Wizard of Oz, because I've heard and know that it's called of Oz, but I believe the Oz is, the Z is small, as in not capitalized. So it's basically part of the word. But when both the O and Z are capitalized, I pronounce it separately. Where did you send them to, old man? Ha! You think I'm going to tell you? I know they fell through time. I'll find out when and where they are. And when I do, they're finished. Dolls, you. This will be your final resting place. We'll see how you enjoy years of darkness here. Oh. You're... Oh. Yes. Dolls, your time is finished. I won't allow you to destroy our world. You think you're going to stop me? My time on this world is far from over, boy. So, and here we have Dolls, the second encounter. This guy is pretty brutal and arguably a lot more difficult to handle because there's no minions that protect us this time. And I need to immediately heal up every single time. So this guy is scary, but also different. He cannot automatically heal himself anymore. And curiously enough, he has a lot less health than the previous ones. The previous version. So... I also forgot to let Archie and Clark cast spells on their own volition. So Maxwell works actually pretty decently well. Indignation, on the other hand, curiously enough, he's no longer weak to Indignation. So I need to immediately heal up. Cress HP dip really low there. Oh, and he is technically gone already. I'm going to try and rely on Clark and Archie being able to handle the rest here, because if I revive Cress, he's going to be dead anyways already. If we can stagger our abilities just well enough, so he is never going to get off his ability, we should have a good shot at it. So keep casting Maxwell Clark, and we are actually using here a Spy Lens. He only has 2,800 HP left, so he starts with something like 18,000 health. You can clearly see he is significantly weakened compared to where he was before. And now it's dangerous. As soon as he is in melee range, you would get into real trouble. But, ladies and gentlemen, we defeated him, and this time he did not escape. because there was no stars of time travel.
We did it! Look out! We've got to escape!
Yep. Oh.
What's happening? All the energy that was released when Dals was unsealed must have been too much for this. For this ancient structure. It feels like the core of the earth is quaking. Hurry up!
Ooh.
Wow.
Stardix, what's happening?
Tristan, run!
Can we just leave him, well, behind us, I guess? And so, Dals was buried in the cave-in and disappeared into the center of the earth. A few days later. The summoner Clarf and the mage Archie. After all the joy and sadness they shared with us, it is time to say goodbye. I can't believe this is goodbye. I know. Archie and I will go alone. Don't ever forget me. I could never forget you guys. Mean, please don't cry. I'm glad that fate found a way to bring the four of us together. I love this music, it's so good. Who could have thought that four people from different times and places could have possibly had the times that we've had? And no. Clarf, Archie, take care. I'm going to miss you. I'll miss you too. I guess this is goodbye. What the hell is going on? Look at that! Looks like we're not done here, guys. Those impacts are pretty close to where we are. I think it's over. What the hell was that? It worked. Door next to Morrison's house, the year 14,302. 4,000. That lied. It was time travel. Correct. I come from Alvanista, 50 years from now. My name is Harrison. I thought he was called Hans. Oh, whatever. The future? Daos has been terrorizing your future. I was sent back in time to find the only people in history to ever defeat Daos. Are you saying Daos created that cave-in on purpose? Daos feared us returning to the past to get you. That's why those meteors crashed into this area. He hoped to kill you. I thought Daos was killed by the cave-in. We've got to do something. We can't just stand by while Daos terrorizes the future. Agreed. Hey Chester, why don't you come with us? I wouldn't miss it for the world, buddy. Looks like we'll get our chance to fight side by side after all. This guy, he looks kinda, well, scrawny. Scrawny? I'm sure I could take you down, you... Come on guys, we've got to get out of here. I can't help you anymore. I have to stay here. But come back safe to me, okay? We will, Tornix, I promise. Not GG indeed. Is this the place? Main system operational, biome systems diagnostics running. Someone already asked, how did we get access? Well, we did have an ID in order to get access here. It was just kind of laying on a desk. And, well, we are the only living things in Thor, so the system appointed us to being mayor. So we do have operation permissions. This is... Welcome to Central Processing. I am OZ, the mother computer. Thor's time traveling device. Confirming ID, time rift driver operational, boosting power level. Required energy level reached. Please enter time and location destinations. Send us 50 years into the future, South Euclid. Confirming ID, security clearance met. Please prepare for time travel. Here we go, everyone. Confirming energy release imminent. Wormhole opened. Confirming conditions acceptable. Begin transfer. Temporal transfer in progress. So, if you think about it, for Chester and Tornix, it was mere moments before we disappeared and then reappear. For us, it's been a much longer time until we got back here. And now, we are 50 years into the future. This is the future of Todas? Incredible! It's not Todas anymore. It is called Miguel now. Miguel? My father's name? For some reason, both DAOs and most monsters stay away from South Euclid. It's a bit of a safe haven for those who want to avoid him. He avoids this place. Where the mana tree is? Interesting. What about Venetia? Yes, we need to get to Alvanista and speak with the king. I'll go ahead to Alvanista and try to arrange some transportation. Please make yourselves at home, but come to Venetia's harbor as soon as possible. Alright, we've got 5 inseparable warriors together now. Even though there are 5 party members, you can only use 4 of them in battle. You can use the formation menu to switch out party members. Indeed, we cannot have everybody in the battle at the same time. Bit unfortunate. But we can exchange one or the other person. I'm going to be exchanging Clarford now. So, I would like to point out, here we have Chester back in our party again. Chester Barklight. And well, he is level 6, with a longbow, tunic and a mantle. And all the things he had still, back when he was around. I'm actually going to do the setup slightly different. I'm going to exchange Mint and then exchange you. There we go. So the reason why I do this is because now by default Chester is right behind Cress, and since he can use bows for range attacks, he will be reasonably competent using those. Actually, Archie in the back is fine. And well, welcome to the future. This place here changes names 3 times, by the way, which is why I never remember what it's called. No, it's Miguel. Hi. Welcome. So here we can buy a Damascus. A light quick sword. It is flexible but durable. We're going to buy one of those. And we could buy a composite bow for Chester. Has 500 attack and 10 accuracy. That's pretty good for 3000 gold, sure. You can also get 2 more mithril mesh for our characters, if we really want those, but the thing is, they're not going to make a whole lot of a difference. And the Holy Cloak, this type of cloak is worn by High Priests and Paladins. I'm going to skip over those for now, because there's going to be stuff coming up that is significantly more expensive. Also, by the way, compared to the Mecha Halberd, the Damascus is just insanely powerful, like really, really crazy, much better. And then we have the composite bow. You can clearly see how much better a composite bow is compared to a long bow. So, yeah. And for Chester also, we need to keep him alive. And also Battle Rune will allow him to deal some damage, even though he is really low level. So he has very low HP and, well, I think resist ring for him right now to actually deny a hit is better than anything else, since he will die in one shot almost always, until he is leveled up a bit more. Hi. The art of summoning monsters was forgotten many years ago. I wish I could see someone to do that kind of magic. Summoning was forgotten? Well... the last one we knew about was from 150 years ago, and that one is in our party, and he actually was the guy, if you remember, Clarf, researched summoning as a way of summoning and, well, forming packs that has long since been forgotten as well. And even 150 years ago already. Good. Mumble mumble. Hi. Martel, please keep us safe. Martel, you say? Father God, Martel told us to live in harmony with nature. You travelers, I'll ask God to keep you safe on your journeys. Thank you, sister. Wait, I thought that would be Mint saying that. I guess Cress made a bit of a Mint impression there. I want to go fishing. And pack your fishing rod. So, by the way, if you didn't recognize this so far, the whole village is so different, but it sure is comforting to see that the bridge is still here. I had no idea that there's text box here. Although I guess compared to the previous one, that's still the same. Actually, considering there's text box here, this used to be the weapon shop at some point. There's still the pathway to the right. No, this looks like a completely different building. I mean, that is 150 years ago. But yes, this is the little bridge over here. This is where Cress used to live about 50 years ago. Hi. Ha! Ho! Bonk. Hey, get out of my way when I'm practicing. I'm sorry. School has so many students. We have to practice outside too. Miguel Alvin ran the school. The practice area was much, much bigger. Miguel Alvin Academy. Hi. Teacher, we keep getting more and more students enrolled. We are going to need more teachers soon. Ever since Euclid began running that stupid Colosseum tournament, everyone wants to learn how to use a sword. Welcome. Are you here to enroll in the academy or just to observe? I'm just going to observe. Bonk. Ouch. Sorry. Hi. You're quite skilled, but you're more than welcome to practice here. You can always use more practice. No, thank you. I'll sell you this book of sword techniques I've compiled for 20,000 gold. Sure, let's buy the book. Learn Flare Talon. Tell all your friends about the school. Guys, there's a school here where I can learn swordsman technique if you are in the world of Tales of Phantasia. You're all my friends, so I told you guys. Let's see. Flare Talon, what does it do? It requires Phoenix and Dual Kick. Oh, Phoenix? I probably should practice a lot of Phoenix then. Hi. There are few monsters in this part of the world. This makes it a good place to live. Yeah, that sounds nice. This is Chester's old house. Hi. Oh, by Aiken Mac. Grandpa, staying best and bed and rest. He's got a crazy idea in his head of winning the Colosseum tournament in Euclid. You are pretty crazy, Grandpa. Don't even try. This house is significantly smaller than it was before. And you can now leave to the west. And we have new overworld music. Let me let you listen to that for a short while I drink a little bit of something. Alrighty. Let's actually take a look on here where we know the Tree of Mana should still be around in the Spirit Forest. I actually have no idea whether there's any new encounters in here, and if there are, I probably should save before going anywhere. Because this might be a bit tricky. Also, by the way, just consider mentioning the dolls fight before, dolls number 2. The technique I wanted to use in case this, the one that I eventually ended up using didn't work with just spell spamming, I would have transformed my hourglasses into chronoglasses, and 2 hourglasses are good enough in order to take out dolls without any trouble. Distortion? Fail. As you can see, Jester does really decent damage there. And he didn't even level up. I am surprised. Still level 6, so those things don't even give much experience. Also, enemies in here are indeed stronger than before. Not too terribly dangerous, it seems. At least not for now. It's curious that we learned that Dahl seems to avoid this area here. Nothing we can do with the tree. Alrighty, in that case we just walk back outside. I need to buy new holy bottles too. I don't remember there being a shop in Miguel here, so we need to go to Euclid for a shop. And there's also Colosseum there. So Colosseum is one of the 3 things that I wanted to do in this game. And now that you know that... Hey baby boars! Now that you know that there are... Wow, that's a bit brutal, Archie. Either way, now that you know that we can go into the future, I can also tell you this is kind of where the world will open up significantly more. And we will get to choose what to do in many places. So what this essentially means is there's a bunch of side quests that we will want to tackle. 3 of them specifically. As you may have been able to tell, we will have access more or less to the entire world. I'm not sure the entire one, but a large portion. And by the way, in case you are wondering, if you go north here, where there isn't a whole lot, you do get actually a reverse doll again, if you really want that. Regardless, there's 3 things. One is the Colosseum that I want to do here in Euclid. We're not going to go here quite yet. We immediately go to Phantasia. You'll soon see why. There is actually 4 things. Another thing is the Mines of Moria. They go much further now. Then the 3rd thing is actually explore all of those little side areas that we can revisit now here in the future. There's not a whole lot different in those. And the 4th one is there's a treasure hunt. By the way, Phantasia looks the exact same as 150 years ago. Hi. This is the world's largest port, because ships come here from all over the world. Phantasia has a very diverse population. Indeed. And hey, Reticularis, welcome to you. I like you too. Someone is playing piano. Trying anyways. Pretty good for a little one. I can't talk to you. Almost. It's pretty good. She's quite a pianist. Yes, actually. I mean, sure, there's mistakes in there, you can clearly hear them, but pretty good. I like how the music also dims out a little. Hi. It's all Dao's fault. Did I tell you this already? What? The economy is failing here. Oh, she was talking to her husband. So the economy is failing, and since this is a trading city, probably still a trading city, they may be in trouble because of it. Oh, there's actually one other thing I wanted to do. Oh no. That's fine. There's another little side mission that you can do in the past, and that actually would have influence to the future. Where, you know the lady that is in love with someone? There's a little side quest attached to it. Essentially, it boils down to they may or may not build a legacy in the family together, where you could meet their offsprings, essentially. Their... yeah, I guess offsprings is kind of accurate. They are the ancestors of some people that we would find in here. And you would actually be able to have different, let's say, mini endings to this side story, interestingly enough. Well, let's see, this was a gigantic trading company here. Hi. I'm in a dungeon chair because I left my homework at home. I mean, my dog ate it. P is equal to 3.1415926535. Or pi. I'm trying to learn reciprocals. They're hard. You're not that little kid, so are you? Hi. 1 + 2 = 3. Well, some of you are. Hi. I'm a teacher. When's lunch? Math sucks. Where did the ninjas come from? The same... I don't know how to answer that. They are... you can't see them, so you never know. Freezer Kill is to the east. I'd like to see all that snow sometime. My students are so cute. So they are little kids, after all. Where does the house live? Not here, hopefully. This is a teacher's lounge. The school used to house an import-export service. Hi. We're taking music lessons. Good job, children. Buy me a CD. La 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 la, doobie doo wah ba da wah. I get knocked down. No, anything but that. I get knocked down, and I get up again. This kid is just awful. La la la. Not bad for the munchkin. Are you a new student? No. Oh, re, mi, fa. That one has talent. I'm gonna marry my teacher. Here is south of Migwell. It's always night there. Tweet, tweet. Hey, that kid plays the flute. Moon crystal power makeup. Oh boy. Too bad you can't talk with the ones in the middle. At least not to my knowledge. It's kind of neat. Pork rinse plus chocolate? Really? Is that a thing? Hi. I'm a gardener. This is the Phantasia Academy, so basically it's now a school rather than a trade place. Hi. Isn't dinner ready yet? I'm starved. You should hurry up, I guess. Even if you try for 200 years, you still couldn't learn this recipe. I'm a half-elf, so I've got the time to figure it out. Come to think of it, you look familiar. Have we met? We may have met. There's an island in the ocean, completely covered in darkness. Is this Dahl's doing? Every time I see my reflection in the canal, I'm reminded of how drop dead gorgeous I am. Some's a bit self-absorbed. Yeah. Let's leave them here. Alvanista and Ymir are famous for producing great swordsmen and wizards. Yeah, I mean, Ymir is the place of the elves. That means actually wizards do still exist, so we were successful. Which is, I guess, also indicated by the fact that we could fight dolls with magic. Hey, come on in. So we can buy seaweed and seafood. It's seaweed, one of the ingredients of Odin. Thanks. Hi. The secret up, right, down, left, down, right, attack. Don't tell anyone, okay? Tell me that again. Up, right, down, left, down, right, attack. I don't know what that corresponds to normally in Street Fighter, but it actually has purpose in-game here too. I've got to go to the store for my mom. Hi. Alvanista and Ymir are famous for producing great swordsmen and wizards. Right, you told us that already. Hi. A flight, the pirate chief was killed in a great naval battle. May he rest in peace. A flight? I don't know that one. But let's go to Alvanista. Hi. Harrison. Oh, you're here. There's a slight complication. The ships can't leave port. Dar's Navy keeps attacking any ship that leaves port. There's got to be another way to Alvanista. I have an idea. Did you happen to stop at Euclid on your way up here? There's a research facility there. What kind of research? If we can't travel by sea, we'll travel by air. Like, fly to Alvanista? I'll explain when we get to Euclid. And this is why I didn't enter it earlier, because we get to here anyways. It's not a Street Fighter move? Alrighty. This is the research center. I'm an missionary from Alvanista. I need to speak with Dr. Livingston. I'm sorry, but you can't get in here without the proper ID. Look here, I'm an missionary with the orders from Alvanista's king. Alvanista's king, eh? Oh, this looks like Alvanista's seal and the signature checks out. Well, what should we do? Let them pass. Alright, you may pass. This is Dr. Stanley Livingston, the chief engineer of all our top secret projects. What are these contraptions? Let me explain. These machines I designed. I call them airbirds. They fly above the earth. If you can bring me the last thing I need to complete them, I will give these prototypes to you for free of charge.
Harrison tells me you need to get to, Alvanista. These airboats can't fly far enough to reach Alvanista. There's got to be a way we can enhance their power. I have a theory. We'll do whatever it takes. The magical spirit of electricity, Volt, can surely magnetize the airboats enough to power them up for distances even further than Alvanista. But I know of no one who can summon Volt. I have the capability to contract with Volt. What? Can Volt do the same thing for my broom? I suppose it's possible. Airboats operate on a magnetic principle based on that of your broom. I, for now, have no idea what any of you are talking about. So, what are we waiting for? Don't be in such a hurry. I've created this ring to house such an immense electrical power as Volt. Really? May I see it? Of course. Are you sure this will work? Of course! I'm sure! I'm a genius! Stanley gives you this Artenex ring. So, he created that ring himself, which means they do not have the capability of creating summoning pact rings nowadays again. Interesting. Volt is in the mountains south of Miguel. Perhaps there's a shortcut in the caverns to the summit. We'll look into it. Alrighty. And ladies and gentlemen, if you paid attention in the intro sometime, you actually could see people flying around, and there's basically a spoiler that you even get Chester, because he is actually flying on one of those birds as well, that you would get Chester in the party, and that would also mean that we were not done for quite some time. Which is part of why I did not necessarily like letting the intro run, for people that did not know that yet. So, here we are. Hi, Research Center. We are researching the magic that Midgard used a century and a half ago. After the Mystic Cannon was destroyed, Dawes leveled the entire city of Midgard. He did. Wow, didn't we protect them? After the Mystic Cannon was destroyed, so that means we actually left the past, and then he went back to destroy everything. Interesting. I'm studying the culture and technology of Thor. Hi. I'm a government employee. I'm researching subatomic structures. How about a cup of coffee? I like you. And also greetings to you, Chaos Kitty. Welcome. Hi. This is a bedroom. Many of us scientists never leave this house. Well, I guess that's the thing. By the way, this is where Cress's uncle used to live. Also, did I ever say that if you ever go back to Cress's uncle's house in the present, he is no longer there. It's a bit more clearly structured as to what happens to him in the PlayStation version. In the SNES version's cutscene, basically Cress gets taken away by the soldiers and the cutscene fades out and the uncle says, "Cress, forgive me. I didn't have a choice." And in the PlayStation, it basically switches over back to the uncle, where he says, "I didn't have a choice," and then one of the soldiers comes back and says something along the lines of, "It's nothing personal." So yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. So let's actually explore the city of Euclid a little bit before we head over to Volt's cavern. Hi. My dog is very talented. He can sing a song. Listen to Euclid's singing puppy? Sure. Yeah, punt the bass. The bass. Also real quick. The reason why I say Z instead of Z is because I can't differentiate between Z or Z and Z. I don't know which one is which. So Z is just clear to me. Just wanted to point that out too.
So yeah, if you may recognize, this is the intro song to the game where a lady sings in Japanese, which is pretty impressive for a Super Nintendo game. But on top of that, they use a little doggy to sing it too. Game audio quite faint, is that better? Please tell me if it's too loud, by the way. Yep, the entire intro song just with dogs. So, was it just for this song, or was it generally a bit too quiet? Not bad for Kanan, huh? Indeed. Alrighty. Hi.
Come on in and take a look. We've got some great merchandise. Please pay inside the register.
It's okay, but it's not good. So should I go louder or less loud? No boy, Colthor the Barbarian. Welcome back, sir, for 2 rumps in a row. Glad you enjoy your stay and hope you're doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like my voice, and you may come here for the voice, Colthor has an even better voice, just saying, just follow him. Hello. So we can buy radish here. Interesting. Radish is actually quite useful to an extent, in a bit of a weird way, but it's also really expensive. 20,000 gold for a radish? Hi.
I want an apple.
Pineapple for the child? Sure.
Thanks, mister.
I want to make lots of money. My friend makes lots of money. He's a trader up in Phantasia. Could probably go back down. Alrighty. So I did something in between now. Alrighty, here we have a weapon shop. Hello and welcome. We can buy Mithril Mesh here and Holy Cloaks, Chat Boots. If we ever wanted to use Chat Boots again. Thank you for your patronage. No problem. Hi, what can I do for you? So Damascus we already have, and we already have the composite bow as well. Supplies, hi. Talk to the man at the counter if you want to buy something. How can I help you? Holy bottles! We need some more of those. And then, what else do we do? We already have plenty of those. And that's pretty much it. Thank you. Also, I just realized we have 15 rune bottles. We probably want to start using up some more rune bottles on various things. Just so in case we get random rune bottle drops, I would want to use those. The wearer is shielded from wind with the Sardonyx ring. Interesting. So either way, I need to find my rune bottles. There they are. And then I'm going to use them on the red savory. Turning those into the ones that increase your HP. Use them on charm bottle. For Lotus perfume. I think that's okay for now. So, then also here I want to see to sell. So we did pick up some mushrooms in the unicorn forest sometime. I'm not sure they are going to be worthwhile to sell right here already. Or whether it might be later. 25,000 I think is pretty good, but I feel like it can also get better. Either way, later on we will have not too much trouble getting more money if necessary. So I'm just going to keep them just to see whether there's going to be better prices in different places. Because there is economy, that is actually a thing. We no longer need the Mecha Halberd, we have just a straight up better weapon now. Gorgon Amulet. I may want to keep that actually. I don't know though, we will see. Savory. Oh, I have savories. I needed to turn those into red sages as well. Okay, that's good enough for now. Just cleaning up the inventory a little bit. If you think the composite bow is good, I can't wait until you get the SVD bow, the component bow, and the HDMI bow. Well played. Out of the way, I'm running here! Hi. My brother never helps us out at all. He's a lazy bum. Kind of adorable. By the way, there's still this merchant here. Welcome, please allow us to sell you some medicine. Yes indeed, you can buy medicine here. So this is the exact same place as it was 150 years ago. Also 100 years ago. Actually, only 50 years ago. Because Euclid didn't look like this 150 years ago. So, we are almost through the rooms here. This is the inn, and... Hi. Hey stupid, get back to work! Oh boy, he's in trouble. Sorry if my kid bothered you. Sorry if my kid bothered you. That's weird. It's true. Triplets. It's true, triplets. Curious. Alrighty. The Scarf Bow for the win. Fiber Bow actually is a real manufacturer of composite bow. Right, fiber actually is a material they do use. And I do believe that, say, in golfing, they were too good. And they had to make certain rules about those, something like that. Either way, here we have the mansion of Tornix D. Morrison, or, well, what used to be his mansion 50 years ago. Okay, apparently is someone living here. Still looks the exact same. Probably still the same candles burning, if you ask me. Hi. I'm the housekeeper. I like working here because I don't like living in town. I'm a door-to-door salesman. What can I do for you? Well, they still visit here, I guess. He has the exact same things to sell as the one in present. Hi. Magic is the power of sensing the forces that bind our world and manipulating those forces for a desired effect. Indeed. What's that? Oh, it's a kitty. Looked like some little cloth on the ground. Many of my ancestors were healers. One of them even attacked Leviathan. It's the truth. Leviathan? That reminds me, I will need to equip chat boots for a different reason soon. So... Alright. This guy over there looks like Tornix D. Morrison. Let's actually visit him. So there are still the same ones of the lineage. Who are you? I'm busy now. Are you a Morrison? Yes, I'm Harold D. Morrison. Who are you? Wait. You're Class Alvin, aren't you? My uncle Tornix told me to expect you ever since I was a child. Uncle? Yes, I'm Class. I can't believe you're really here. I'm supposed to help you, but unlike my ancestors, Edward and Tornix, Oh, he actually confirms that Edward and Tornix are ancestors. So my theory about Edward potentially being Tornix are kind of wrong. Alright, that gets kind of debunked. I have no magic powers to speak of. I guess the elven blood is too diluted in my generation. Giving us your support against Dals is more than enough.
So, do you know what happened to us in the past?
Yes, but that I cannot tell you.
Why not? Because it may change history?
I don't want to take your choices away from you. You see, 99% of your fate is predetermined. You really only have control over a tiny fraction of your life. I guess you're right. It seems so often that things are decided for us.
That's the most depressing thing that I've ever heard. What about all my hopes and dreams? Are you saying that no matter how hard I wish for something, I'll never get it because of things I can't help? I can't bear to think about it anymore. The important thing is to make the things you can change happen, Archie.
The important thing is to make these things you can change happen, Archie. There we go.
Don't forget that.
Please don't cry, young lady. There's not much I can do for you, but you're welcome to rest here whenever you need to. Thank you. So yeah, he is no longer capable of casting spells in his, well, bloodline at this point anymore. But here, this used to be the path to the mausoleum, or, well, catacombs. Now we are in Volt's Cavern. Wind is nothing, we all come from the earth. Water is destructive, fire is power. And here we have a holy bottle. How convenient. So I would like to point out real quick that there are those rooms here. Those rooms is what I call safe rooms. There's no encounters here, and when I enter and leave, my holy bottle step counter, which means until I get into the next encounter, is refreshed. And there are many of those areas, and all of those are the exact same area. They just bring you back to where you were before, however. Which is a bit strange. Shield ring found and also life bottle found, but we can't carry them. So, real quick, shield ring is actually really interesting because it's a shield for anyone that cannot, well, normally use shields, and that includes everybody else but Crest. This magic ring creates an invisible shield around the wearer. So, this allows her to be significantly more tanky. So, there's a lavender in those boxes, both of them. If I take one of those boxes, the other one will still be there, but as I said, this is why I know those are the same rooms. It's kind of curious. This other one is also lavender. All of those rooms are technically the same one. They just, well, lead you back to where it came from. So, alrighty. South, I believe, is nothing. Yeah. I don't remember how to get to the door on the left. Oh, also now, it's been a while, but hey, Chester, you can be useful by using the Sorcerer's Ring, because now we need the Sorcerer's Ring again. Sorcerer's Ring has some heat but also electricity in it, and it opens up those doors. We found the Grimorum, which is interesting. It's a book for Clarf as a weapon. But it's one of those books that you don't have to identify at all. It's kind of strange, or one of those items, I guess. Over here, we step on this switch that allows us to move on. And what enemies do we have here? We have 2 arcane on the right and 2 skulls on the left. Oh boy. Lightning bolt. Bam. Everybody died. That's kind of what I expected, unfortunately. So, because we got an ambush, or, well, I need to heal immediately. Because we got an ambush from the backside here, we were in pretty steep trouble already, as soon as those thingies arrived and attacked us from the backside. Since, well, my party is in the far back, by tactics, And it's just really unfortunate if we get into one of those encounters. In a sense, it has little to do with luck because they are reasonably frequent, and I probably should prepare for them. So, just going to put you guys a bit more to the front, right behind Crest, maybe a little bit away from Crest so you don't immediately get hit by splash attacks or something like that. Actually, diagonal hallways behind the door that leads to the same room? Who knows? I think Harrison's ancestor who cast an indignation spell. Harold's, you mean? To my knowledge, it is supposed to be Tornix T. Morrison. Or, well, the ancestor of Tornix T. Morrison that casted the indignation spell originally. Actually, specifically, it was Edward T. Morrison that originally casted the indignation spell. You know, the one that we kind of replaced eventually. What is in here? Orange gummy. Okay. The one that we replaced because we kind of changed history by traveling back and he was no more. Too early, in a sense. Oh! Oh, we are back at the entrance. That's kind of rude. I did not know where that door leads, so I was just curious to explore, and we are back at the entrance. So, Mint, I would like for you to cast haste. I actually wanted to have Archie cast God Breath, because we have not even showed that yet. Oh, rip. So this is how God Breath looks. God Breath is actually really, really awesome because it is an incredibly quick attack. Oh, they are immune to Phoenix. Potion failed. Oh shit, try Firestorm. It's going to kill me, isn't it? It didn't. Alright. Mint, stay behind. It did kill me. I think we want to have Clark again with Maxwell. Maxwell is a lot more reliable than me trying to figure out which spells actually work. I mean, God Breath did work. Oh boy. It works, but it's not good. Let's try Indignation. Okay, Indignation is really good. Whew. Hey Brachydactylus, welcome. How are you doing? You went minus 100 years, plus 100 years, and plus 50 years. Yes, that is accurate. These fights are brutal. They are brutal. Also, my text thingies were suddenly black instead. That's kind of strange. So I feel like I have to have Chester a bit further away, but so does Mint, because if... Once again, I don't want them to get hit by arrows that fly straight through Cross. Yeah, I'll soon do a thing. Actually, I should probably do that very soon. To make Crest a lot more tanky and subsequently everybody a lot more durable. By the way, I know exactly where to go through in order to win. But... as a quote-unquote win, doesn't just kind of get through the dungeon, but I want to explore side areas that I may not necessarily otherwise take a look at. There's a secret passage on the right side of the room with the stairs. On the right side with the room in the room with the stairs. Right. The reason why we press that switch is because now we can illuminate those coils, which open up the door for a little bit longer. Or actually, in this case, I think it actually opens up the door fully in the first place. There's just food in those chests. Not really worth my time. So, and what they mean is,
this thing here and go straight through here. The thing is down there, the symbol down there is a teleport back outside. You don't want to take that yet. I believe we can't go through that one here. So, all I know is you have to press this switch. This is actually a pretty linear path once you know where to go through. And you can no longer go through here southwards. However, I'm curious what is north of here. Just Sylph Broom. Or we get a new broom for Archie. And it's a lot stronger. I don't think it has any special properties or effects. You follow the timeline jumps, nice. So let me also use a holy bottle here real quick. Emergency exit. Yeah, as I said, if you step onto that thing, you will get sent outside. So, that switch on the right there, open up this wall here. You could not actually otherwise cut here. Then you pull this lever. Or did we open up a wall? Either way, we open up something that allows us to hit the lever up there. Might be that the lever is stuck otherwise. So this is why we need jet boots. I don't think you can actually make it without jet boots. Or can you? You might be able to from hitting that lever over there. Either way, now we're here. If you try to go here to the left side, you feel an invisible barrier here. And you literally can't walk through here. So you have to go the roundabout way. Either way, here we go and save. And what is coming up? I will want to have everybody far back. Trust not quite as far back, but still far back-ish. And that is good enough for me for now. Yeah, we can work with this. Actually, here, this is something I wanted to do since a while. No, this is something I shouldn't do right now. Or should I? It's easy enough. So what I want to do is, I wanted to increase my maximum HP with Cress. So we still have some rune bottles to put onto... Where are they? Savories, and then we put it also onto the sage, and then we use it on the red savories again, creating more red sages. So we have 11 red sages. They increase my maximum HP by 10%. So the 10% of 4037 is about 400, a bit more. So what I'm doing now is, if I were to use a red sage immediately again, it would only give me the exact same amount of HP gain compared to what I had before. By the way, I also have the Black Onyx equipped, which increases my maximum HP by 30%, so it does include the 30% from that. So now it has updated my HP value to the true value, because basically what happens is the Black Onyx updates to the new value as well. Now we have 5017 maximum HP. We go through the door. Now we have 5157 at 54. So basically, doing this, going back and forth through a doorway, or just kind of whenever your HP gets updated one way or another, allows me to maximize my HP within a pretty quick time frame. Yeah. It is pretty substantial how much more HP we have now. We have 8000 and something HP. I'm going to keep the remainder of the sages. I don't think we need that many more. But this will give me a pretty substantial HP buffer, so I don't need to worry about running out of health on at least one character anytime soon, which is really nice. So, here we are. The basic idea is emergency exit, well, this thing over there. So, you cannot activate these calls here. You have to activate the calls here on the far right, but they don't stay active for long. But you can keep them active by hitting those things again. And then, with this, we can go through the door. No problem. And we have reached the summit where Volt lives. Hi. Are you Volt? 0100101110. Let me actually try to put this into a binary to text thingy, because I'm not sure this guy actually says anything legible. In the Japanese version, he spouts a bunch of symbols. 100100010111011, and it just says KN1 semicolon. What is he saying? I love you, or something like that. Either way, this is Volt. He wants to test us. So, Volt is electric element, but I'm using indignation here anyways, because his minions are actually really weak to... Oops, I did not mean to use lightning, that's bad. His minions are really weak to this, and now we can take out the rest. So, I don't know what I should use on this guy. Let me actually try using distortion, just to see whether it has any effects. I assume it doesn't. Let me also try Glut Breath. Rip Chester. 600 and something. Alrighty. Maybe something else is more useful. Let's try a Stone Wall. Stone Wall. You think it's garbage? I see. Ouch. Nerves. Thank you for the heal, man. Unfortunately, Chester dies in one hit. By the way, this is not the standard strategy I normally use against this guy. What I normally do is I just spam Furious Lashes. I was just curious whether I could level up Phoenix during this fight too. Archie doesn't seem to have anything particularly useful against Volt here. On the bright side, Mint and Archie are leveled up high enough that Mint can actually keep them alive despite the frequent attacks here of him. Using more flare bottles to increase my damage. I would like to revive Chester in the meantime if I can. So he might get experience too. That is danger when he starts using melee attacks basically. So, Mint only heals for about 1000, but I have 8000 health, so an orange gummy which recovers 30% of my health is way stronger. Rip Chester. There we go. Alrighty, we got him. So you can see why I wanted to increase my HP count a bit. This guy can destroy you like so many other bosses before really quickly, but if you have a really high HP pool, it's not too quick. And we just learned Lionheart. Minta gained a level and learned Barrier, Protect Ring, and a Jade Ring acquired. Nice. Are you saying you're ready to contract with me? Well, I suppose I should try.
Which ring should we use? We'll try the Zartonix ring that Stanley gave us. Spirits of magic, I beseech you, grant me the power of electricity. My name is Clarth. Look, it's working. Clarth is just not in the party right now. We can only have 5 party members. In battle anyways, but he is with us basically. Clarth gained the ability to summon Volt, the spirit of electricity. Nice. Alrighty, there's those chests over there that we can't get somehow. Archie, can you grab that treasure there? Somehow I knew someone would ask me that. Just remember, Archie, we're watching. Don't go and steal any of it for yourself. Shut up, I'm no thief. Here you go, Cress. Hey, don't take it personally. He was just joking, Archie. I swear, Chester, I hate you so much. Yeah, well, you're not exactly my favorite person either. What's wrong, Archie? Nothing. I'm fine. Archie recovered the chain ring and the question mark armor from the chest. Well, you two are indeed not fine. But yes, Archie and Chester don't like each other. By the way, we got chain rings. If you remember, those are transformed into fairy rings, reducing cost of magic by a lot. Like a lot. So we equip those on Mint, so she can heal for cheaper, and we also equip them on other characters too, I think. So, but especially on Mint, having her nurse cost only 10 MP instead of 20 is actually pretty substantial. She can heal up everybody reliably really quickly. I'm fine! Yeah. It's not quite as well explored as it is in the PlayStation version, but you can clearly see that Archie and Chester really don't like each other. I mean, you can somewhat understand it. Let me explain real quick. Basically, Chester has been a lifelong friend of Gress here, where he essentially well, they were just lifelong friends, and now suddenly he has such a disconnect, and there's such a difference in power between the two. Like, they originally used to be about the same level. Chester actually was more helpful in certain fights, and now suddenly he is a weakling. He's a scrawny one, whereas everybody else is incredibly powerful, at least especially in comparison to him. So this is actually explored in the PlayStation version as to why Chester is so unhappy about the current situation. He is just feeling like he is a liability, weakness. And also in the PlayStation version, whenever you go to an inn and rest, you basically have a little cutscene with Chester just training in the woods and gaining levels all by himself, because he, well, just does not want to be a liability. And in these cutscenes he gains a level or 2 or 3 every time. It's pretty impressive actually. He really works hard for not being a liability. It's not quite as well explored in the SNES version here though. So, I think we need to get some more life bottles here. Yeah, I've used 10 life bottles. Oh boy. But we have Volt now, which by the way is a new summon that we can use. Pretty neat. Hi, how are you guys doing? So, you can summon Volt now? Yes, give me a moment. Walt, I need your help to make the airbirds fly. By the way, they are called Rearts in the PlayStation translation. Which makes sense, since that's also what they are called in Symphonia. I still don't know what Walt says. Clarf, it understands you? I think so. Archie, let Walt power up your broom too. Okay. Okay, that should function now. Take a look at this. What is it? Just you watch. Yes, and SNES was the first, so it's naturally not everything is perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of rough edges around the corner in the gameplay itself, and the translation itself, it was, I think, before even Tales of Symphonia was released, so they didn't really have a frame of reference for an English translation, I don't think, for... Well, a lot of abilities were just translated to the best of their ability, so what we would nowadays call Demon Fang is just Cyan Bolt and stuff like that. Where did they go? Wow. This is the wing pack. You can't fit all the airbirds in this. It's great. You can take the airbirds with you, no matter where you go. Receive the wing pack. Thanks, Stanley. Right. Now we're set. I'll meet you in Alvanesta. I'll go ahead and let the king know that you're coming. Did they just turn to each other briefly and he gave him one of those airbirds? I will see you all soon. Please let me explain how to operate my ingenious invention. The airbirds is a compact and a lightweight travel device. Use accept to take off. You can do this anywhere on the overworld map. Once flying, you may use the directional pad to steer. Use accept to accelerate. You can use target to strafe. Use the cancel to land. You can see where you will land by your shadow on the ground. Need my explanation again? No, thank you. Thank you so much, Stanley. If you ever have a problem with airbirds, bring them back here. Thanks, you're kind of cute for a geek. Let's head to Alvanessa. Alrighty, we can now fly, and ladies and gentlemen, this is where the world pretty much opens up. However, by the way, the Euclid Colosseum is north of here. We're not going there. We'll visit that later. However, we will want to probably follow the main story for a while before we drift off initially. We might just check some things out here and there. But this is how you fly with Rearts. It's pretty neat, actually. So, over here, this is Alvanesta. I like just kind of flying sideways because that's easier to orientate myself. This one here is Edward T. Morrison's old house. So, I wonder whether they have two houses now, the Morrison family, that is. Hi. I have to pay for all the students' food. This is a boarding school where we've trained young magicians in their natural talent. So magic is a much more common nowadays, it seems. Hi. I came here to study magic. Someday I hope to be a great sorceress. Let me tell you a secret. For a fiery sword, swing counterclockwise from down to upright. Counterclockwise from down to upright. Doesn't do anything right now. Hi. This is the Edward D. Morrison Memorial School of Magic. Interesting. I actually don't know where spells might be hidden in cabinets, but, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't crazy when I remembered a thing here. Because now, we find a drum set in here. This is what I wanted to get last time. And I remember there being something here. What does a drum set do? Well, it's a little bit strange. You can play the drums.
Yeah. You can play the drums. I have no idea how to play the drums, but I imagine someone who... Someone who probably is somewhat adept at playing the drums might figure this out reasonably quickly. I can't. I'll stop embarrassing myself now. But yes, it's actually really neat. There's just the drums that you can play. And if you don't need it, you can actually sell it for a ton of money too. Oh, I do remember what they are for, Profness. We'll get to that, don't worry. We'll get to that. And I also plan on getting it. Does the power of mana come from humans, the earth, or God? I guess we'll never know. I think it's wise, even for an swordsman, to know magic. I agree. I'm studying enchanted items. Hi.
Dorothy C. Morrison was studying several ways to combine science, technology, and magic.
Hi. I'm studying advanced magical construction. But I can't understand if it's magic that controls the spirit, or whether the spirit controls the magic. What do you think? I think, does it matter as long as you know how to control it? I'm studying Sinoming. It sounds dangerous to approach the magical spirit. Yep. Yes, it is. It comes from a tree, we know. Well, I guess, yes. Needs more cowbell. Yeah, I see. Lies pretty much over my head. But ladies and gentlemen, let us head over to Alvanista. Alvanista is now quite different. Aye. But it looks the same. Legend has it that the ancient Thor captured Aska, the light spirit. Hard to imagine any country being that powerful. Aska, the light spirit, at Thor? Interesting. I think we'll explore the city some other time. Let us actually continue with our main quest for now. Alvan is the castle.
What? Who are you? No peasants allowed!
But we're Harrison's.
Your heart. You hurt him. Get lost.
Just a second.
Sir Harrison.
These people are honored guests of the royal family. I'm sorry. I apologize for the guards.
They're the ones our lives are depending on? And now that's just children.
So, here we go. They're here, Runglum. Thank you for coming. Runglum. Who is this guy? We met him in the past. He's a great wizard. Runglum, I never imagined I'd see you again. Remember that I'm an elf, so my lifespan is several hundred years longer than yours. I'm sorry we had to meet again like this, but I'm happy to see you regardless. You're looking well for being a century and a half older than we last saw you. I know there are many things to talk about, but we should see His Highness first. Agreed. My liege, these are the ones from the past I told you about. I can't thank you enough for coming so far. Harrison has already informed you that Dawes has been terrorizing the entire world now. The worst part is he's mastered time travel, so we can never catch up with him. Fortunately, we think we've found the key to Dawes' undoing. What do you mean? One of our expeditions at Thor revealed some truth to a legend we'd been hoping was true. Tell us. A millennia ago, the world was comprised of 3 countries. The 3 countries of Odin, Fenrir, and Thor ruled the entire world.
After Thor was destroyed, Odin and Fenrir continued in a war that ended up destroying both of their civilizations. But we found that the book that detailed where the most powerful weapons of each of these countries are hidden. And you think these weapons are capable of hurting Daos? If the 3 weapons from these countries are found, they can be combined into a sword that can control time. So we can bind Daos from escaping through another time portal. My research staff can provide you with more information. You've become somewhat of a legend here in Alvanista because a century and a half ago you defeated Daos. It's incredible that you are here before me now. Hi. A millennia ago they birthed... Oh, right, he says the same thing. Oh, no, he doesn't say the same thing. Let's read that again. Let's see. A millennia ago there were 3 separate powers in the world. The countries of Odin, Fenrir and Thor were all in competition until a giant meteor smashed Thor. The remaining 2 countries, Odin and Fenrir, ended up destroying each other. Each country had its power embodied in a magical artifact. The researchers in the Magical Research Center here in Alvanista can tell you more. You're this world's last hope. Aye. I'll wait here to hear good news from you. I'll keep you all in my prayers. Queen Marie. Hi, I'm the chambermaid. I can see that. Hey, we just walked through the king's bed, because why not? We didn't even take the shoes off. So for 150 years older, this castle actually looks pretty well kept, if you ask me. Who are you? Hi. My father told me about you. Please be safe. The princess is so beautiful. Cool. This is the princess' bedroom. The princess is beautiful, isn't it? Isn't she? Hi. The people of Friezakill can surely help you. There's still a large church dedicated to Fenrir there. Alright. Recently, there have been more and more monsters and ninjas hurting people. I wonder if they have anything to do with dolls. There got to be someone I can tell those to. Oh, by the way, this one is a half-elf and she is still around here selling you the spells for Archie that we already bought, so in case you missed them you can still get them here. This is what she is referring to. She's still trying to sell them 150 years later. According to the book, the 3 legendary weapons are the Flamberge, the Vorpal Swords and the Diamond Ring. The Diamond Ring is a legendary weapon. Wait a second. Diamond Ring, you say? I guess we found that one already on the machines that we fought in Thor. Aye. The book mentions that Origin can combine the 3 weapons, but isn't Origin just a legend? Well, the place of Origin worked last time for us, so... not sure. I hope the environment will heal itself. From what? Hi. There are many ancient buildings still standing in Freeland. Freeland? Odin lives in the southern portion of Freeland, which used to be a large green field. Hi. You look different. Hi. I'm a soldier visiting from Euclid. I'm here to give the proper titles to the local swordsman. You've mastered the sign kick combination, so I will call you fighter. Sure. Quest became a fighter. Alright. When you've conquered more obstacles, come back to me. So... you look like you've got the brains to go with that brawn, so I call you a knight. Sure, he just gives us different titles. So, unlike future Tales games,
Titles don't actually do anything. They literally just... You mastered the sidekick combination, so I'll call you Fighter? No. So basically, titles don't really do anything in this game here. They literally just... are status symbols in a sense, you could say. Hi. Look, it's him! We're gossiping about Emily's new crush. Absolutely. Do you think she's such a princess? Just kidding. By the way, in case you did not do this minigame here, you could still do it in the future. Fun fact. So, the descendant of the dude we won against is going to be still there. Hi. Have you ever had Odin? It's a stew that the ninja love to eat. Myself, I prefer Wiro, which is a dessert. Odin is not... Odin is okay, I guess. Not my favorite. I used to live in Midgard, but I ran away from Laos. My boyfriend is an adventurer. He has all sorts of wonderful stories about his travels. There are over 20 different places where the pirates used as a hideout. 20 different places pirates used as a hideout. This actually is one of the things I want to do. Legend has it that Origin, the king of dwarves, has two powers. The first is to repair items to their original state, and the second is to combine multiple items into one single item. I used to think Origin was just a fairy tale, but after reading this book, I think he may be as real as you and me. I think Origin is in Heimdall, a holy place for elven culture. Heimdall is the city in Ymir Forest, by the way. Would you like to listen to the legend in this book? Sure. There are 3 types of magical books. Some of them contain spells for the mage, others contain instructions how to perform weapon techniques for swordsmen. Lastly, there's a book that the summoner uses to write down the proper incantation to call a given magical spirit. We actually already heard that one, but I realized it too late. Oh, can we update the music still? Hi. Yes, you can still update the music in here. Strange. The king drinks this very same kind of tea. Would you like some? Sure. In Freezekill, there's a church dedicated to Fenrir. It's one of the world's oldest structures. This is a library. Culture of Thor. Thor was the most technologically advanced culture to ever live on our planet. We also believe that the people of Thor also had very strange habits and magic abilities that we cannot understand. The researchers at Thor discovered a machine that displays a readout of something we can't see with our naked eye. We think it may be a measurement of magical activity. Forbidden Magic Volume 2. Many years ago, there was the magical knowledge readily available to travel for time and space, but this knowledge was forgotten millennia ago. Well, we kind of rediscovered it. Ancient music. The ancient civilization listened to strange music. We found recordings labeled as goth, punk, techno, and even trip-hop. It's a silly diary. The date is unreadable. I had a great day. I met the cutest upperclassman, and he is so beautiful. He could be model. The only problem is whenever I'm with him, I'm sure I act like a total spazoid because I just control myself. Oh, Chris, can't you see how much I'm in love with you? Oh, just tell me. It's that easy, right? Sure. My name is Emily. I'm daydreaming. Oh, Chris. Oh, ha! Yeah, I'm sorry. You brought the diary. Good luck. Hey, we actually can go in here. I had no idea. This is where we used to be captured. Hi. Can I talk to you when you eventually come down here?
I've nothing to say to you.
Do the others have something to say to me? Hi. I shouldn't have been locked up. No.
I have nothing to say to you. Get out of here. Scram.
There are prisoners here. Yes. Can confirm, they're still there. Alrighty. Let's see. Our next station would be either going to the... well... we actually only really know about the ancient structure of Fenrir, where there's a Church of Fenrir. And it's in one of those towns over here. I believe this is it immediately. Before I go there, there's actually a little island just somewhere in the nowhere here. This island is very interesting. It contains a shop with some rather special things. This is the Aegis workshop. Hi. This shop is famous because Aegis himself used to run it. Even though the weapons here are good, we have the name of Aegis to back it up. We try to keep our prices pretty low. Some people make a living traveling all over the world training. The price for certain things are different in each shop. Do you have any ivory? I'm an ivory carver. We do not, but we will probably eventually get some. Hi. Welcome to the Aegis store. And here we can buy incredibly expensive stuff. Rare plate, rare shield, rare helmet, rare gauntlets, and crescent bow. Which is actually electric element, which unfortunately... not electric element is better for us, like just basic element. So I'm not going to buy that. Plus, I actually kind of plan on making a little side trip. Either way, we could buy incredibly expensive equipment here and upgrade our stuff, which I should probably do. Those seem to also have some certain typings attached to those. I'm not entirely sure what the type on the armor means, but certain armors allow me to be more or less invulnerable to certain types, or at least get resistances. I actually don't know how it is determined, or... yeah. Why is there a private diary in the public bookshelf, hidden in plain sight? I think that sounds about accurate. Either way, those are armor. Also, there's no way to walk through here. Check this out! The Combo Com costs a whopping 5 million. The Combo Command is an accessory. With the right controller movements, any skill can be used in battle. So, this is what the people were referring to. Basically, alright, this may be expensive, but they're worth it. Basically, this is what I was kind of referring to earlier. You can essentially make Street Fighter-like moves on your controller, and instead of having to equip just specific skills on Cress, I can literally use all the abilities and skills by using specific combos. I've never done that before. I would like to do that, but we don't have quite 5 million yet, or, well, 2.5. Americ, please. I need to see something. We will buy this thing. I will try it out and try to work with it. I'm not sure how well it will turn out, but we'll try. Either way, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to prepare some stuff for selling, because we can sell stuff a lot more expensive if we actually equip it. Short bow, oh, we don't need that. If we actually identify it, for a lot more monies. Many more monies. Star Cloak. We keep the Star Cloak. It's actually one of the best equipment sets for the other characters. We actually have the Unicorn Horn. I forgot that we have that. We should give this to Mint. Right, the Unicorn Horn is not just a plot device that allows us to heal the mana tree, but it actually is a weapon that is useful for Mint. Technically. I don't know whether it does anything for you. So Lotus Perfume... Where was the thing? There. Chain Ring. We don't need 3 of those, so I'm going to sell this one. We use the Lotus Perfume for a 50% discount in this shop. And I'm going to sell some stuff here. Grimorum we don't need. Actually, we can equip it on Clark, might as well. Sell those question mark bows, they are not really useful. What else? Here, medicinal herb is worth 30,000 gold in this shop, so let's just sell it here. Then we go ahead and also sell the magical broom. Archie now has a better one. We sell... Oh, the feathering is worth 30,000. Maybe I can keep it anyways. Like, it might not be necessary to be sold. The drum set is only 50,000? I thought it was 500,000 for some reason. I'm just going to keep it. The main reason I picked it up too was to sell it. Holy cow, the Star Cloak is worth 450,000 gold. So if you ever need money, just sell a Star Cloak. I'm going to keep them for now. Gorgon Amulet I would like to keep. Mental Ring. We have two. We could sell one, but maybe we don't need more money. So either way, rare plate. I'm going to equip Crest first of all. And then buy 2 more of those for Clark and Chest as well. Alrighty, we can actually equip those. Or buy those. That was a lot of money invested, but let me tell you, the rare plate is 20 more defense, and that's a gigantic difference compared to what it was before. The rare shield is another 15 plus more evasion. The rare helmet is another 15 as well, and the rare gauntlets are another 11. Although the current gauntlets we have seem to also increase our attack power, which I was not aware of. Interesting. Either way, equip the best stuff here on Chester. On Mint as well, she now has Unicorn Horn and Star Cloak, and Clark gets the rare plate. I was actually not aware Clark could wear heavy armor. That is news to me. Oh well, this is where I wanted to make a brief stop. We're not quite done yet with brief stops before we move on over to Ari. Also, as a little, what's the word? Note to the near future, we're not going to be going through the dungeon today, we will just get to the dungeon. Just kind of as a little disclaimer, we'll just do one more little side thing. It's really not particularly large if I could find where it is. Here. This is... the Ymir Forest. And we can go in here thanks to having the crest. Oh, half-elves aren't allowed here. We can't just leave Archie here. I'll just wait here again, I guess. Mr. Guardman here will keep me company, right? Sorry about that. So yes, you can actually leave Archie here indeed. The path is the exact same one still. The enemies in here, however, are significantly more powerful than they were before, so you would want to be careful about that, but not to worry. We have a holy bottle for now, and there's a reason why I come here. We're going to take a closer look at this village when we come here later for a story reason, but I'm here for something else. Remember this shop here that only sells bows, even though there's clearly other weapons here? Are you adventurous? I'm afraid all I sell are bows for archers. Bows? Yes, of course. What did I say? Do you think you could fix this one? Hey, that's my... When Mint and I were transported to the past, we found it there. I thought that it may be a good idea to keep it around. No, just in case. Yes. I'll fix this bow better than new for 20,000 gold. What do you say? Pay to repair Chester's bow? Yes, indeed. Give me a day. I'm sure you can find a room at the inn. Alrighty, so we can get a new bow for Chester. And then we also rest at the inn. And there's quite a few people here. We're talking about the future of the Elven nation. I'm all for accepting half-elves. They have been a strong spirit and could help bridge the culture gap that exists between elves and humans. So they are a lot more friendly towards half-elves and humans now. We're talking about the future of the Elven nation. I was against letting humans into the Ymir Forest in the first place. Letting in half-breeds would be an outrage. An outrage. Already since the humans came here, the number of animals in the forest is decreasing. Well, that's a problem indeed. Rumbart. Oh, hi. It's you. It is, isn't it? Didn't you visit the village well over a century ago? Yeah, it's been quite some time for you. Can you see all the changes that have happened over the last 150 years? We've begun to allow certain humans into the village freely.
Avalnista's king has been instrumental in orchestrating the beginnings of an alliance between our culture, with his patient understanding of our ways. But half-elves still aren't allowed in the village, why not? Many of the other elders fear that we'll see a repeat of Midgard disaster. What do you mean? Although the half-elves were given the gift of magic by their genes, they were raised in human culture, with a very human mindset. They can't always be trusted in matters of extreme magical importance. Almost all of the scientists working on Midgard's mystic canon were half-elves. They just don't understand what a precious, fragile, and destructive gift magic really is. What are you talking about? Of course half-elves in Midgard had human ideals. You can't expect a half-elf to have ideals you adhere to when you are the one refusing to have anything to do with them. They had to go somewhere for guidance, didn't they? The country of Midgard accepted them when they would not. If you ask me, elf culture has been neglectful of its own offspring. Wow, Clark went on a rant there. The scientists at Midgard created the awful contraption that nearly killed mana and magic once for all and for all. The elf nation can't condone such wanton use of magic. I don't think those half-elves really understood magic. There was no one there to teach them your ways, Rambart. Perhaps it's time for us to re-evaluate the way we deal with half-elves. You need to show them how to use their gift, and how to respect it. Well, it's going to take a lot of convincing. Not all the other elders are as open-minded as I am. Interesting. So basically, the Mystic Canon was basically responsible for almost wiping out mana, which, if you remember, is kind of what happens in Cress's and Mint's time. Basically, let's call it present, past, and future. We are in the future now. The present is where Mint and Cress are from. The past is where Archie and Clark are from. So in the present, we actually saw the tree withered and completely rotten. And apparently the Mystic Canon is responsible for that. So it wasn't doubt. Which also is interesting because considering that they would have probably used the Mystic Cannon more if Daos didn't destroy Midgard, the tree would have died after all anyways. Maybe. Well, I guess if they had a reason to use Mystic Cannon, although I guess they used the magic up too quickly anyways. You are indeed. Do you remember? We're what? He doesn't remember. Nothing. Haven't you come by here before with a girl on a broom? We're just adventurers, man. I know who you are. Please give this to the lovely pink haired girl. It's a broom. And the innkeeper secretly hands you a star broom. Interesting. Keep this a secret from me, okay? You are Archie's mother, aren't you? Never mention that name in front of me again, please. Anyway, a room for the night is 30 gold. Stay here? Yes. Enjoy your stay. So, the bow should be ready. This is the main reason why I went into the inn in the first place. Actually, I didn't know there was so much story in here. I'm pregnant. I think I may want to raise my child outside of this village. Okay. I wish I could live here all year. Interesting. Hi. I came here to teach the ways of Martel. As it turns out, Martel's philosophy doesn't differ much from the elves. Yeah, well... yes. Your bow is all ready, and better than new. Receive the elven bow. It is indeed better than new. This is a holy bow, which elves have used for centuries. Oh! Did you just replace it instead of repairing the old one? Either way. So composite bow is pretty good, but the elven bow just takes the cake.
So, not only has it more than 3 times as much attack, but on top of that, it also has incredible accuracy, which means enemies almost never will block the attack at all. So this is Chester's insane bow that you can just get for him. It's ridiculously good. So that was the main reason why I came over here, just to get Chester a bow. Now we are heading outside for now. And then we head over to Freezekill, which I believe is where the Church of Fenrir is residing. Let's save real quick, because we most likely will get into an encounter on the way outside. Where did Chester get the super amazing master bow from the start? Yeah, I'm not sure why it's called the Elven bow, considering it's supposed to be Chester's repaired bow. So, now we have Volt. Thank you, Clark. Volt is actually pretty decent damage. It's a pretty strong element. Chester, by the way, he's still level 6. Also, those things drain mana. It's kind of annoying. Also, they petrify you, or paralyze. Either way, Chester deals 1600 damage with each regular hit. He deals a lot of damage. Also, those things just absorbing on magic are not that much fun if you ask me. I need to actually give Clark some magic back. Where's your little kill? I'm doing quite excellent. Hope so do you. Fun fact, in my first casual playthrough, when I went here, I saw the shop with the bow thing, and it was just like, ah, I probably sell Chester's old bow because I didn't have it in my inventory. You didn't sell it, you always have it. It's just a little side quest you can do. Chester gain the level, 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 Chester gain the level. Mint has gained the level. Body amulet acquired, Gorgon amulet acquired. Oh wow. I think body amulet protects from paralyzation most likely. I've never had one, I don't think. Yeah, it does. I don't think you can buy those, but that's neat. Might be useful. And Chester has leveled up 9 times. He now has a lot more health than before, about 3 times as much. He also has 3 times as many levels almost. So yeah, pretty substantial. Are we leaving yet? I'm sick of waiting here. Yes, we are leaving, Archie. That attack rate, yup. That bow is insanely good. The thing is, Chester doesn't get any abilities. He does get abilities in the remakes, but in the original, how he makes up for that is that his stat growth is ridiculous. Like, if you see or look at Cress's stats and compare them to Chester, Chester's stats are just insane in comparison, like insanely strong. So, yeah. So, over here we have Freezekill. There's more to explore in the vicinity. However, I will want to plan out a little bit where to go aside from the places that I know, which is more or less straight through the game. There's a lot of side stuff. I think my main goal will be just kind of going straight through the game until we hit the end game, and then we do the side stuff. Eventually anyways. But for now, hi. It snows here for more than 6 months out of the year. Well, in certain parts of the US apparently as well currently. Or even other places. Supermarket. How may I serve you? So you can buy food here again. I have a potato, thank you. We can also buy holy bottles. We can... what else do we have here? He also sells rune bottles. Let's buy a few. Oh, there's body amulets. Interesting. So they do sell body amulets. And in case you're wondering where the medicine guy is, this is here. I actually did not know this until I watched a speedrun of someone on the PlayStation version where they went to buy items here. I had no idea this was a merchant even after I started running around in this game. Hi. Jerk. Hey baby, just as the warm fire melts the ice off your shoes, I will melt the stone around your heart.
That's the cheesiest freaking pickup line I've ever heard. If you don't back off right now, you're so gonna get my broom stuck up your back, no, bottom so hard you'll be walking funny for the rest of your life. Do I make myself clear, scumbag? Yeah, toots. I can't wait till later. It'll come around, they always do. I'm not sure why Archie freaked out this much immediately, but I guess I don't like him either. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to point out, completely unrelated to this entire area. When Archie in the cutscene earlier healed the Tree of Mana, she used Nurse as a spell, as in she literally chanted Nurse. Nice little detail is, if you don't have the Nurse spell yet, only heal, she will use heal instead. I don't know whether she will also try to use first aid. I've never had her that low level there, but that would be most likely the case too. So it's actually a nice little detail of the game. Hi. Yay, snow! He likes snow. Are you in Canada? Maybe. It's totally ineffective to use ice magic on this continent. All the creatures have adapted to it. That's actually a very good point. We don't have Archie in our party though. You know what? Let's put Archie in our party. By virtue of change... Let's exchange Mint. I like having Mint in the party, but having Archie being able to use her spells effectively, like Fireball, might help us. Actually, I'm going to let her use Firestorm as well. Because, yes, those are going to be more efficient. Also, before I forget about it, we just got a broom from your mother, Archie. And it has 666 attack. Stardust drops from the bristles of this broom. Nice. He also gets the Mithril Mesh equipped because Mint no longer has hers equipped, neither has Clark for that matter. Bunny! More bunnies, you can't interact with them unfortunately. Here's an inn. Ritz-Carlton. Weather's freezing today. I bet a warm bed sounds good to you. Just happen to have one available for a reasonable 40 gold. Sure, good night. Did I say Archie? I meant Mint healed the Tree of Mana, naturally. Oh? There's a wolf howl. I've never knew that. Interesting. Hey, I'll sell a book on sword techniques. I wrote if you want. Really? How much? Part of here 33,000 gold, sure. Crest learned Line Flare. Reminds me, we did learn Line Vine, didn't we? Or we does use some good kit. Reminds me. Right, alright, let's actually use Phoenix as our main attack. Lightning Bolt can rest for a while. So, Line Flare, Lionheart and Magma Rift needs to be mastered. We still don't know what Magma Rift is, we have not even seen it yet. But we've learned Lionheart. I should start using Lionheart as well. Lionheart is actually a pretty fancy looking technique, I like it. Hi. The god Fenrir is occasionally referred to as the Wolf King. Sometimes when the moon is full, townspeople have claimed to hear an almost human-sounding howl or see a huge wolf creature atop houses and lingering around town. Ah, people say stuff. Hi. The people of Fenrir, Odin and Thor each named their countries after their respective gods. Hey, we actually had something to do with Odin already, now that I think about it. You know, we had the Gungnir spear and the Valkyrie was there to collect it from us again. Curious. Archie is the half-elf mage in our party. So, here's another shop. Weapons. I've heard there's a place where the weather is hot all the time. I can't imagine such a place would be like. Yeah, we've been there in Olive Village. I heard the Vorpal Sword is somewhere here in Freezekill, but no one's ever been able to find it.
That's because you don't go to church. Ah. Hi. Shh. It's a secret. Down left, down right. Down left, down right, up attack. Don't tell anyone. Maybe. Welcome, welcome. So here, we actually can buy a laser blade. It's a pretty good weapon. We also have a holy rod, a mithril mesh, and equipment that is already out of date, except for the festive ribbon. We would need a little bit more money for a laser blade. We don't need the laser blade. Laser blade is, well, it's a laser sword. What do you expect? It's light element and has some really nice uses against certain specific enemies. So it's also a really strong weapon overall. Yeah, that's that. Speaking of really strong weapon, I actually completely forgot to do something. Let me correct that real quick. I'm returning back to Freezekill in just a moment, but I forgot to go ahead and buy a weapon here in Alvanista. In Alvanista, the weapon shop has new items. And one of those new items is a poleaxe. The pole arm, it's called. Either way, there's also Destroyer, a sword that consumes TP but increased critical hit rate. It doesn't even have an element, interestingly enough. Either way, the pole arm is just straight up stronger in slicing. Question mark weapon, I'm not sure what that is about, but I believe it was not all that great either. Double bow shoots actually 2 arrows, which is not too terrible in theory. As in, it's really not bad. But the pole arm is just really, really good for Cress. No, don't wrap that. Because it's just straight up better than the Damascus sword in slice anyways, but not stab. But the increase in slice damage is just insane. Most of my abilities and attacks use slice anyways, so stab doesn't really matter too much. Especially, you know, my Fury Slash. Well, my Fury Slash is now powered up to 11. Alrighty. Back to Freezekill, where we need to visit that Church of Fenrir. Church of Fenrir, hi. This is a neutral town. We don't want any government affiliations. Not that anyone wants us. Only natives can stand the terrible winters here. Welcome to the Fenrir's church. The door has been sealed with ice, and no one's opened that spooky old church for decades. What are you doing here, then? This is one of the oldest surviving towns in the world. One of the 3 ancient civilizations used to live here. This island used to be called Fenrir. Spooky indeed. Very spooky. This is the Church of Fenrir. The door is locked, so how are we going to get in?
You dare to defile the Church of Fenrir? Turn back now, or die a bloody death.
What was that? Well, we are not going to find out just standing here.
Do we really have to? This place gives me the creeps.
Yep.
Oof.
Whoa, Archie, how hard did you push? It was an accident. Whatever, let's just go, okay? So she just destroyed the frozen door by pushing it. I would like to point out, actually I really like the music in here. I'm not sure why, it's pretty fascinating though. What an unbelievable craftsmanship, it's absolutely beautiful.
So you really wish to die? You do wish to die?
Who are you?
I'm the guardian of Fenrir's holy vorpal sword. Sword to kill anyone who dares take it.
Well, we're taking that sword no matter who or what it stands in our.
Then Step ahead, fools, and welcome your icy demise.
You can, by the way, take a look at the glass paintings if you want to. And also restarts the music, curiously enough. But then also, it looks like an entrance to some sort of underground passage. Well, let's check it out. Welcome to my favorite music in Fenrir's Cavern. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be exploring this one here next time. So thank you very much for watching, for listening and for lurking, and well, I hope you enjoy your stay.